Hello, everyone. How are you feeling? I am feeling amazing. I went to my first live haka. So it's Rappi, and I know my pronunciation is it's a little bit different. So in South Africa, we've got the Springboks. They are currently the Rappi champions of the world. And we are, I just saw Nattolie is coming in the back studio. And for me, I am 60 years old. I'm watching Rappi with my father since I'm 5, that I can remember. And for us, the mighty All Blacks were always like so scary. And, when they start the match, they will do a haka. They will da 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 ta ta ta. And at the end, they will go like this. So for me, witnessing it with my own eyes for the first time this weekend was amazing, amazing. And being around the atmosphere of all the supporters and the two teams. A lot of South Africans is staying in New Zealand, a lot. And all of them have brought out their green and yellow jerseys or green and gold jerseys to support the Springboks. And I was also one of them. But for me, sitting there and experience all this amazingness around me was truly something different. And then I went inside and I said, thank you to God, for we have an amazing group, 2 groups, the Dharma Beauties Forever and Tanzanite Hero Group. And how the ladies and gentlemen, the gentlemen not as much, but the ladies supporting each other. And through the Mrs. Spots initiative, how 27 ladies is there for other ladies to feel they belong to a community. And this is now going on for 2 years and 2 months. Incredible. And I just thought about that match. I thought, if we can all stand together like one and support each other and support, the team. We are a team. How incredible. So you're going to meet beautiful ladies and gentlemen today, my beautiful viewers. We're going to talk about possibilities, and then we're going to talk about breakthrough and what you need to do to continue so that you have that possibilities. So are you ready? So I want to say thank you to my beautiful sponsors. I've got quite a few ladies and gentlemen. I am going to play the video that you can see their faces. And then I am bringing my guest in. And then during the episode, I will also play my beautiful golden sponsor, Ted's video, so that you can also meet him. So are you ready? Here we go. My guest is in the house. My guest is in the house. Thank you, my beautiful guest, for being here. I'm truly excited. There was we could not see each other and we could not hear, but we all came together. And I just prayed that everything will work out, and it's going to work out amazingly. So, my beautiful viewers, if one of my beautiful guests is giving you goosebumps, remember to put on your sunglasses. And I love, if you don't have sunglasses, somebody is doing like this. And then there's a person that have have twisted his arms to make different glasses. I don't know how that person have done it, so I do make glasses, but take in, because all of these amazing people on screen have big breakthroughs, and they're changing people's lives like you will not believe. And that is to me such a blessing to have all of you here, because I am witnessing how you are all changing other people's lives. So I am the blessed one to be able to say, to bring you here and to say thank you, my beautiful Nina. Thank you, my beautiful Nattolie and Cindy and beautiful Ted, for changing so many people's lives. Not only changing them, but also saving other people's lives. I'm so incredible to witness this. So, my beautiful Nina, let me start with you. Please introduce yourself and then tell us, what does growth and possibility means for you?
Hello, everybody, and hello, Sanet. I want to say a few words before I introduce myself. Sanet, you are changing lives. You are creating communities that touch so many people and change lives of so many people. You are a beautiful light in this world, and we need you, your beautiful heart, and you always have so much love for everybody. And I thank you for that.
Thank you.
So, for everybody who is watching, I want to just say hello and welcome. My name is Nina Maglic. I'm an intuitive marketing architect, energy healer, author, and founder of Healing Millions. Growth for me means expanding beyond my limitations, beyond my fears, beyond my doubts, and challenging myself every single day so I can be a better person. I can help more people and change lives of so many people around. That's for me the growth.
Thank you. I love it. Thank you so much, my beautiful Nina. And thank you so much for your kind and beautiful words. And thank you for what you are doing. My beautiful Nattolie, I have witnessed you, your growth is like times a million. I promise you. When I met you and what you're doing now, I am in awe of you. Please introduce yourself.
You are so beautiful, Sanet. And Nina, you're ever gracious. I love it. I love how you always are so honoring. Thank you, Sanet. So I'm Nattolie Chilton. Unbelievably, I am an author, and I'm heading up different initiatives based on my life experience. So, a group for survivors, and creating wellness services, forensic services that tell the truth. So I'm all about telling the truth, and the truth is what sets us free. So just informing people with my own knowledge and wisdom to reduce suffering, basically. So Break Up with Secrets, yes, is my website.
Thank you. Thank you for everything that you are doing, my beautiful Nattolie. Cindy, my dearest Cindy, please introduce yourself. And then I just want to also say thank you so much for helping me with all the new Mrs. Spots, getting them ready to be able to do amazing. My beautiful ones, the Mrs. Spots, I can just tell you, every time there's somebody just joined and she did her first Mrs. Spots last week, she could not believe it. She could not believe that you are all a Mrs. Spots and you are giving your time for them to feel as amazing and full of energy after that. So thank you, my beautiful Cindy. Please introduce yourself.
Well, first, thank you for inviting me here today. And of course, it's a delight to be with everybody. And Ted, so nice to finally meet you. Good to put a face here together, too. So welcome. Yeah, I'm Cindy Edington, and I am the owner of Tranquil Heart Wellness. I'm a transformational life coach, a holistic healer, I'm a #1 international best-selling author, and I just actually put out a brand new ebook together with Roshni Sharma Fleming, and Sanet was our book coach. So I was really proud of that achievement. We just launched that, and so that it's pretty exciting. What do I actually do? Lots of different things, lots of decades on the planet, so lots of different things. But I focus in on women's empowerment. I like to work with women specifically who are navigating the aftermath of divorce, because I've been through that journey myself and what it's like to kind of lose who you are and have to rediscover who you are. And so I like to help women find themselves again. And I do that through a variety of techniques, coaching being one of them, but then I pull in a bunch of holistic tools. I'm also a certified yoga therapist. I'm a certified yoga for cancer teacher, a Reiki master teacher, and an EFT practitioner. And so I pull all of these tools together to help women really get grounded and centered and really expand and grow within themselves. So you asked the question, what does growth mean? To me, it's being open to constantly learning, because I think that if we're not growing, we're dying. And the way that we grow is to constantly be open to learn something new. And I try to learn something every single day. What's new in my environment? Can I meet a new person? Can I touch a new person? Can I just learn something from somebody else? Somebody else might have something that I don't even know about. And it's like, oh, wow, that's really cool. And it just keeps expanding and expanding. So I think if you're really open to being a lifelong learner, then you'll continue to grow until. So thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me share today. I'm really so grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to be a Mrs. Potts as well. That has been a true blessing. So thank you.
Thank you, my beautiful Cindy. And while you're talking about learning, I have my grandson Zayden is now 5 years old, 2 days with me because he's sick at home. And I was helping him to write, I love my Omi. So in South Africa, Granny is a Omi. And he said, he practiced a few lines. And I said, no, my darling, you must practice a little bit more. Because if you want to do the next thing, he wants to do some learning. And he looked at me, so, why, Oma, do I need to learn today? I'm sick, I can watch TV. And I said, no, my darling, you can watch TV, but you have to do some tasks first, and then you can experience the funness. So first, he said, but what do I want to learn? I'm sick and I'm learning at school. I said, no, my darling, let me tell you, you have to learn something new each and every day. And he looked at me like this. He's 5 years old. Really, Oma? I said, really? I said, you want to be a clever, wise person when you grow up? He said, yes. I said, then you have to learn every day. He tells his mother and father, I'm going to be a wise person. I'm going to learn every day. I'm so happy he remembered at dinner table. He told me his parents. So yes, my beautiful Cindy, I totally agree. I also say, if you don't grow, you die, just as a plant. My beautiful Ted, I just want to make sure I am muting you. There was a sound coming from your side. The sound is gone, so I'm happy. So Ted, please introduce yourself and tell us what growth and possibility means for you.
Oh, thank you so much. I think today I'm an electron herder, making sure everything goes in the right direction and comes out on the other side so you can see me. Let me give you a little insight in my personal philosophy. It's have an open mind. You can learn something from everybody in every instant. Have a sense of humor. Never take yourself so seriously that you can't laugh at yourself, have a little humility and smile, and treat everybody with dignity. So you can bring that together. That is the environment for growth. If you don't accept that, you're probably moving backwards. And that's been my philosophy forever, that you've got to be inquisitive like a 5-year-old. You've got to look at new opportunities. You've got to meet new people. And what I find so amazing about this program, how one person with a vision a couple of years ago is tying together people around the world with not only common interests, but interests we didn't know about until we met you. And that's magic. And that's really why I'm here, because what I do, and some of you may be able to relate with this. If you've ever been in a profession or a situation for a while and you get through it and you think you're doing everything right, then all of a sudden, smack on the side of the head, you find out you're not doing anything right. And it's not you, because you're doing what you were told with the degrees and the certifications, and you were successful, but you have this discovery that it doesn't work. And that's the situation I was with. I was a financial planner for a year. I taught economics. And I realized that what I was doing wasn't working. And instead of just quitting or going into despair, I said, I'm going to fix it. And I started writing and talking with people. And I'm at the point now that I'm on a mission. I want to help people who really do not understand money to get a better grasp of the power it will give you if you tie it back into who you are, your values, your beliefs, and your mission in life. That's what we're trying to do.
I love it. And Ted is going to give us a free mastermind for all the Diamond Beauties and Tanzanite heroes this coming Thursday and 9th, 11th. So Ted, thank you so much for giving your time and giving us this amazing session. I am truly excited. I wish more people can come through. Currently, we've got 12 people coming through, but I wish people can come through, because there's a different way to look at if something is not working. I love it. So my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, prepare for the next question, your biggest breakthrough, and what happened after that, and what you have created. We're going to talk about that. I just wanted to say thank you so much to all my Slim Soul Angels members that is helping me with the Power Hour, to continue with the Power Hour. And then for the next, it's now 9 episodes, Ted, you are going to be our golden sponsor as well. So I would love to play your video, and then Nina, I will start with your breakthrough. So are you ready, my beautiful viewers, to see Ted in action? Here we go.
When somebody starts talking about money, do you just black out and say, that's not me? Yeah, I get it. Man, I've worked with people all my life with helping them make better money decisions. And I just wrote a book for you. It's a book about my experience helping people who don't like money make better money decisions. Take a look at it. It's available now on Amazon.
Ted, I must just say, when I did all your graphics, that one photograph I sent to you, or poster or banner I sent to you, look like 007. So I cannot wait for me to set out 007, Ted. So I'm very excited. So my beautiful Nina, can I start with you? Can you tell us, when did your breakthrough happen? And what have you done? Because if you have a breakthrough, you have to take some action. What have you done? Please tell us, and you can really spend time to tell us, what you have done, my beautiful one. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sanet, for this beautiful question. For people who don't know me, I grew up in a war. We had 3 years of war. No electricity, no running water, nothing, no food, nothing. Really just care for our lives and our family's life every single day. And of course, we move on with our life after war was over. And, I was trying to navigate through everything. And then I got really, really sick. And when traditional medicine couldn't help me, I reached out to an energy healer. And in just 2 sessions, I became pain-free. And I wanted to know everything about energy healing because it changed my life forever. I wanted to learn to help myself I never ever wanted to beg for help. And I started learning about energy healing just to really help myself. And when people saw my transformation, they started reaching out to me to help them. And all of a sudden, I was booked weeks in advance. And while I was building my business, I helped others build their businesses too, my fellow healers, my fellow friends and colleagues. And there was a moment in my life when I make a clear decision. My biggest breakthrough was when I became sick, and when I realized that my whole upbringing, my whole life, I was thinking that I was a victim of life. Life is always happening to me. Everything what I survived as a child, oh my God, why did you punish me so much? This was my question, because I didn't know better. When I started my healing process, I discovered that everything is happening for me to shape me in the person who I am today. That all my life experience was there to help my clients and help people change their lives. The biggest breakthrough was going from victim to creator, really taking ownership of my life and learning what can I do with my experience. I could turn that pain into something really bad, but I decided to choose differently and create a global movement to help heal millions, to help heal more people, so together we can bring peace and healing to the world. Because I truly believe there will be no peace in the world until we heal the wounded parts of us. Wounded people hurt people hurt, heal people heal. And if we can help more healers heal and change their lives and change lives of many other people, we will have more peace, more love, and more light to this world, in this world. And that's why I started this beautiful movement called Healing Millions, to help amazing healers. Because I cannot do this alone. Healing millions is a big task for one person, but we all can the world. And that's why this was my biggest breakthrough. Deciding and choosing what I'm going to do with my life and my life experience. If I'm choosing what I'm going to choose to stay victim and find all possible excuses in my life why something is not working and why always is something against me, or choose differently and start creating my life. I use my knowledge and skills and experience to help others and bring peace and healing to the world by helping others do the work they love. That was my biggest breakthrough.
Beautiful. Am I beautiful? And I'm so happy that I can take out your book and show. I must just tell you what you have written here. This is truly tremendous. So my beautiful ones, if you didn't meet Nina, please go and see her. She's on all the social networks. Go and visit her, maybe book a coffee chat with her. But before that, before even all of that, buy her book. If you are a healer, and if you're not a healer and you want to start your own business, please buy her book. So my beautiful Nina, thank you. Thank you for what you have done, that you never have given up, that you've made a choice to decide, I'm not a victim. May I ask you, what is there something that nobody knows that you can tell us? Something, something that almost nobody does know. Can you tell us just something?
Yeah, definitely. While I was healer, I worked with a lot of women who had really traumatic life. And I realized that I cannot help them alone, because there's so much, when people had a really traumatic life, they need a lot of people to help them. And that was the decision when I decided, okay, I will take a break for a moment, because I needed to heal myself after all these stories. I always say, if you believe your life was the worst one, you haven't heard enough stories. I always say that somebody can have really bad life living in a peaceful place. And I just want to say that, like, you don't have to go through war just to have a horrible life. People in other countries can have really bad life as well. And while I was helping those women, I realized that, the only way how I can help them is really to take a break, to heal, and get really clear how I can help them. I never forgot them. And I decided to empower other healers. And this is how Healing Million was born, actually, by helping other healers, like, or say, okay, let's do more peace. Let's do more healing to bring more peace and healing to the world, because I really cannot do this alone. And yeah, we together can change the world.
Thank you. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for everything that you have put out to so many. And I know that you are making such a big difference, especially in the Diamond Beauty group as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you are also one of our Mrs. Spots for a Wednesday. So just one more last question. Your Mrs. Spots on a Wednesday. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I love my spots on Wednesdays. They are called Soulful Coffee Chats. Yeah, come and join us. It's 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central European Time. We have a lot of fun. Sometimes we talk about spirituality. We have a healing.
I'm sure Nina will come back in a few seconds.
Sisters.
There you are. Yes, yes, Nina.
Sorry. I was just like passionate about it. I was just saying, like, sometimes we cry together, we heal together, we have short meditations. Sometimes we pull cards. But I really, really love my Diamond Beauty sisters. They are just beautiful souls. And every time when we have conversations, oh my God, the love that you feel is really something unique. I have never felt that before in other communities, but you have a beautiful community of amazing, amazing women doing great things in the world. And thank you for that.
Thank you, my beautiful Nina. So, my beautiful Nattolie, let me ask you your breakthrough and what you have done to make this world a better place, my beautiful one.
My breakthrough, I didn't answer the first question, and that's okay. I think I blanked on the whole thing. But this question, what am I doing? What was my moment? There were so many moments. I relate to what Nina was saying about the brokenness and about people, in countries that are not at war. But something that I include in my book and that I've learned through the years is that domestic violence, which is where my life was rooted, and it was emotional violence that had me unsafe from birth. And so I grew up in that environment, and domestic violence starts in the home. So that's where the conditioning starts. And then people leave the home to rise to the same level of this frequency of the harsh frequency is what a person who's been through those things gravitates towards, because fear feels like home. And I had a decade to meditate upon all these things. And a major moment came for me when you started out talking about the spring box. I am familiar, deeply familiar with the spring box, because I was married to a white African, and he was a former commander, tank commander. So we were both very unhealed. He was 18 years my senior, and things just got worse and worse for us. And this was a breakthrough moment when he told me that I would never do anything and I would never be anything. And he was very commanding. And I didn't have a voice. That had been many, many, many years. And that the kind of pressure that I experienced in that relationship, the Spirit of God rose up in me, basically. I was a Christian, but I was still lost. I hadn't claimed the power of love, the power of honoring myself, the power of truth, in actually dealing with relationships, seeing things clearly. I still had rose-colored glasses on. But in that moment, that rose up in me, and it was like, who are you to tell you are not God, and you will not say what I can or I cannot be? And then basically things really shattered in a good way, in that I got sober very soon after that. And so now, so that was 2011. So from 2014, I wrote my true story, Unsilenced. Use your voice, words hold power. I know I need the mirror on, the mirror image, but that was a 10 years of perseverance. And not only that, 2 other books. So that whole I'll never be or do anything is absolutely shattered. And I have launched Survivors Unite Club. So thank you, Sanet. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, listeners, if you're still with us. I'm sure you are. And so now I'm paying it forward. I've got begun a little, these are just beginning, but a DD ministry to support people exiting domestic violence with a damage deposit. So step by step, it's still being created, it's building, but everything takes time. So just begin. If you've got a dream, just begin. And helping others is one of our best healing things that help us heal. Thank you for listening.
Wow. Like, I have goosebumps because my beautiful ones, I've witnessed a lot that Nattolie has done, and Nina, but Nattolie, this shy person that I had a coffee chat to ask to dance with me the first time. And please tell us something that almost nobody knows that you can share with us.
You bring me to tears, and your faith in me has helped me bloom enormously. Just one person who believes in you and believes in me. You've made a huge difference in my life, Sanet. One thing that most people do not know is that I completely rebranded myself when I was living with that soldier. And I rebranded myself completely, first and last name. And the one secret in that is that I had met a man when I was 20, and his name was Chilton. His name was Jonathan Chilton, the most gorgeous, angelic man ever. And so when I was with my ex, and I changed my name, this guy who was just so rough, his name was, I won't say, but I took on the name as Chilton. So I was like secretly married to him in my heart. Nobody knows that part.
Wow.
Now you do. So that's naughty, right?
Yeah, that's incredible. You predicted it, and you live it, and it happened. I love it. And can you tell us about your Mrs. Potts, my beautiful one?
My Mrs. Potts is a cup of courage. So we get honest, we get accountable, and we talk about truthful things. So Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm in Alberta, Canada. So come join, and there'll be space for you, for your voice, for your presence, and just to be with us, whether you want to speak or not. It's respected either way.
Oh, thank you. So my beautiful viewers, if you would like to know if you can join, it's for women. And then if you are a woman and you would like to join, or to look at the group called Diamond Beauties Forever, just want to give you a fair warning, because we had quite a lot of sellers and a lot of people that came in with ill intention, that between me and my sister and my daughter and niece, we had to investigate and make sure that we cannot allow you in the group. But if you are coming through peer for blessings and be with a community and give, not take, give, then you are welcome to check out Diamond Beauties Forever. So my beautiful Ted, I'm going to skip you because I would love to do the Mrs. Spot finish and then come to you, because in the Tanzanite euros, we have one Mr. Hots. It stands for Euro of Tanzanite. And I'm looking for more, but we're going to get that movement in the men's group as well. So my beautiful Cindy, please can you tell us about your breakthrough and what you have done? I especially want to say thank you for our experience, your everything you practical come and everything you had to do, especially for the cancer yoga. So please don't forget to mention that as well. There is some noise again. I'm just going to mute all of us. So I think it's only me and you that's open. So I'm going to mute myself. Please, my beautiful one, stay with us.
Okay, so you can hear me, right? All right. Well, thank you, Sanet, for coming to me. And thanks to all the ladies sharing their stories. Biggest breakthrough. I don't even know where to begin, because there's been several of them. One of the first breakthroughs for me, I would have to say, was finding yoga. It was a huge stepping stone for me because it was a moment in my life where I really, again, healing from a heartbreaking divorce and feeling that the only way that I was lovable is if I was perfect. And so I had this big limiting belief that literally the only way that I was going to be lovable is if I was perfect. And that came from many different messages from different people in my life. I don't need to go into all of the story, but that's probably the biggest message. And so for me, I had a colleague at the time, and I spent 35 years actually working in clinical research. So I've, again, lots of different hats over the years. And he said to me, why don't you come and check out a yoga class? And at the time, I was teaching physical fitness on the side. So I always had, I had my passions on the side in terms of like healing and health and wellness. All these things were like my sideline passions, but I needed the full-time gig because I had a baby to take care of on my own. And so I went to his class, and it wasn't very physical at all. It was a Kundalini class. And, the theme was we're going to work on our immune system. We literally just sat with our legs crossed, and we chanted, and we did some breathing, and we sang a song. And at the end of the class, we ate an apple. And I thought, well, this is kind of interesting. And then I got up to walk out. And when I walked out, I literally felt like I was walking on air. It was like the most incredible feeling that I think I'd ever had in my life up until that moment. And I had this big epiphany in terms of how I was seeking validation. And all of my validation was coming from external sources, right? It was feeding it. That's how I was getting to be validated, by everybody else feeding into me. And I didn't even know who I was because all the validation come from external sources. So I had this big epiphany. I was like, oh my gosh, I need more of this because I need to go inside of myself. And it set me off on a journey of self-discovery, of learning who I was, who I wanted to be. How could I actually validate and approve of me, flaws and all? Because I was so afraid to make mistakes because I'd been told, if you made a mistake, it was the most horrible thing in the world, And so again, it just led into this whole journey of learning how to really learn how to love myself, flaws and all. And somebody said to me, well, you really you take such good care of yourself. And I've heard this before. Self-care is one thing. Self-care can be an entree into self-love, but it's still not self-love, because I'll tell you why. I would still go to the gym, and then I would come home and look at my body and hate the way I looked. So how is that loving myself, right? Oh my God, my thighs are too thick. Oh my God, my butt. Oh my God, I have no, everybody else has, here, I got nothing. All of these things that, I would be so critical of myself. And so that to me was probably one of the biggest moments in my life again, to set me on this journey. The next one, though, and I have to share this too, was literally turning 60 and deciding that the day job was just sucking the life out of me. And I had, and Ted, you'll love this, I had such a scarcity mindset because I grew up in scarcity. That was the messaging that was given down to me. And so, I was so petrified of moving into all of what I love. So I was, again, multiple hats, multiple jobs. I worked 3 jobs for so many years so I could actually fulfill the need of what I had to do for my passion, but yet still have the full-time day gig so I could pay my bills. And I wanted to have my daughter to have a better life than I had. Now, in the meantime, I remarried to this beautiful, wonderful man who is spectacular, who was there to support me and support my daughter, took her on as if she was his own. And I still didn't believe. And when I turned 60, I was like, oh, my daughter's married. She's on her own. My gosh, I got a grandbaby on the way. And here's my husband now. When are you going to take the leap? When are you going to do it? And I was like, you're right, because I felt like I'm running out of time. I've got to do something now. And so that to me was the next biggest breakthrough. And I got to tell you, when I first did it, I leapt into entrepreneurship. I was scared to the bejeebies. I was like, I'm never going to be able to do this. Oh my God. I was petrified. But I did it anyway. I was afraid and I did it anyway. I stepped into what I feel is now my full power of who I am and what I can give to others. Again, so much that I can say. I mean, when you're on the planet several decades, and even if you're not, I know younger people that have had their own journeys that, I just want to let people know too, that it doesn't matter what age you are, you can still step into a whole new you. You can reinvent yourself anytime. And that goes, again, this lifelong learning process and being open-minded, as you said earlier, Ted, to taking that risk on yourself. And so to me, that was the biggest breakthrough again, because now the scarcity mindset, now I got to admit, there'll be times when it still creeps in a little bit. And then I got to go, no, stop it right there. Because, abundance is more than just $1. It's so much more. And when we can start to see that, more comes to us. And it's not about the money. It's not. It's really just living who you are and your dream, and it all will come to you. And so that to me is like, again, big breakthrough in terms of the perfectionism that fed into all the scarcity. It all feeds into all of it. And when you can break it all apart and kind of fall all the way down and rebuild yourself in a way and have this, an incredible support system, a beautiful group of women who are there for you no matter what, lifting you up, or have beautiful men in your life that are there to say, it's okay, and guess what? You're beautiful no matter what shape, what size, what you look like, what hair color you are, whatever. That's what you need. You need to surround yourself with people who are going to love you unconditionally. And that's going to support you loving yourself unconditionally. So those, to me, again, I could talk about so many other things. I know you mentioned the journey of cancer. Yes. Did I have my own cancer journey? Yes, I did. Was I scared? Absolutely. Did I make it through? Yes, I did. And that led me down yet another path. And I spent 6 months this year, again, learning something new because I wanted to give back to that community. And, I spent 6 months learning how to teach yoga in a cancer population, which is very, very different. And so I that's a feather in my cap, and I feel very proud that I can do that now and offer that as a service to women and men who might be going through that type of journey. There's so much that we can learn from our experiences, and so much that we can share with others in terms of like how to love one another. But it starts here. If we're not loving ourselves fully, I'm just going to say it's really hard for us to love anybody else truly, fully, and unconditionally. And so that's been my journey. And you all been a part of it. And Sanet, and you're the one. You are a big breakthrough for me too, because Sanet's the one that actually opened me up to even tell my story, because I was afraid to tell my story. Tell my story of what I went through. I was afraid. I didn't want to expose myself. That was being vulnerable. Who wants to do that? So again, so much growth and so much support. And here I am 6 years later. Yeah, I got that big 6'6" this year. 6 years later, and I am happier, more healthy, and more in tune with myself than I ever have been. And I got to tell you, ladies, the 60s are great. And I'm looking forward to the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, whatever's coming next. So I know I said a lot there. I hope that was some jewels that people can take away, because I know it's been jewels for me. Thanks for asking.
I love it. And witnessing everything that you have experienced the last 2 years is truly magnificent. Please tell us about your Mrs. Potts, my beautiful one.
So mine is Tranquil Hearts, a Cup of Comfort, and I'm on Fridays at 9 a.m. Eastern, and it's really just come as you are. I think all of us, I think I can speak for all of us, Mrs. Potts. I'm going to speak for Nina and Nattolie here for a moment as well. We're offering you a safe space. There's no judgment. You come as you are. Whether you're dressed to the nines or you're in your jammies, it doesn't matter. You're going to come into a group of women that are so open-hearted and so loving and there to support you, whether you're having a hard day and you just need somebody to listen to you. We're here for you. So mine is, I usually do a question and a card, some kind of, I don't know, philosophical or a fun question, and we talk about it. And then I'll pull a card. I do a lot of oracle cards, just something a message that we all need to hear for that day that we're going to carry us forward. But they're all great. Every single one of these women that you're going to come in contact with are really special. They're all heart-centered. They're all loving individuals, and they are there for you to lift you when you need to be lifted up. They're there to laugh with you and just enjoy you and give you unconditional love. So I'm going to warmly welcome you in. Big hug right now. Come on in. The water's still fine.
Oh, thank you, my beautiful Cindy. So, my beautiful Ted, before we're going to ask you for you've told us a little bit about your breakthrough and that you have changed, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell us some more, but I would love to play your advertisement again. So thank you, or your commercial. I don't know if it's commercial advertisement. I think commercial. I would love to play your commercial. Thank you for being my golden sponsor. Here we go.
When somebody starts talking about money, do you just black out and say, that's not me? Yeah, I get it. Man, I've worked with people all my life with helping them make better money decisions. And I just wrote a book for you. It's a book about my experience helping people who don't like money make better money decisions. Take a look at it. It's available now on Amazon.
So, my beautiful Ted, you have 4 minutes to wow us about your breakthrough and what are you doing. And if you have time to tell us about your beautiful masterclass, just a snippet for Thursday, please tell us that as well. Thank you, my beautiful Ted.
Perfect. Cindy, thank you for describing why I wrote my book. A good metaphor. You're familiar with a fireman that's got a 3-piece extension ladder that goes up 3 stories, and it takes a lot of effort to get it up and a lot of effort to climb up it. Think of this. This is you in life. You're putting that extension ladder up. You're trying to climb up, and you get to the top, and you find out you're on the wrong wall. That's the metaphor I want you to think about with my experience. I was doing everything I was told I should do. And when I got to the top, and I was literally at the top of my game, I looked around and I said, I can't believe it. Not only am I on the wrong wall, I'm on the wrong ladder. Now, there are a lot of ways I could have handled that. I could have jumped off. I could have played the victim. I could have said whatever. I said, well, wait a minute. This is an opportunity. I get to pick a new ladder. I get to pick a new wall. I get to pick the new people I can be with. And we make it happen. That has always been kind of the essence of my life. This may be a flaw. I don't know. I think it's an asset. I don't victimhood well. I have empathy. I understand the circumstances, but I also believe that if you allow yourself to get swallowed up in victimhood, there's not much we can do for you. But if you embrace it and use it for the opportunity that it's afforded you, you can do anything. I mean, there are 3-4 people here that have demonstrated that. So what I have learned, and people ask me what I do for a living, I help people who get it get more. If you don't get it, there's not much I can do for you. It's not my job to get you to the point that you just get it so I can take you to the next level. But if you're at that point now that you're questioning and you want to move forward and you need a nudge, that's what everybody in this group does. Not only for you, but among ourselves. Now, this has been a 10-year quest for me to get to a book place where I found the people that really understand what I'm talking about. I wrote my first book about 10 years ago. This is my fourth on a similar subject. And as a footnote, I wrote it while training for an Ironman triathlon. When you're on your bike for about 100 to 120 miles, you got nothing else to do. So in my mind, I wrote the book and put it on paper, and we go from there. But that's just another example. I've been an endurance athlete all my life, and when you're doing those types of things personally, you learn a great deal about yourself, particularly in the water with 6-foot waves. You go, this is nuts. I think I'm going to die. But you're not. You trust your training. You trust your support group. You trust your wetsuit, and you get through it and move on. It's the same thing with everything we're talking about here. I've been looking for this group for 10 years because I took the ladder and got off on that top floor. And I thought the way to get the word out was talk to bankers and senior executives. And they're the most closed-minded people I've ever met in my life. So I said, fine. And they said, you're not going to make it happen. I said, yes, I am. I'm going to launch a movement because I'm going to find people that understand that there's more to this money thing than everybody is letting on. Money is not easy, but it's simple. Does that make sense? Simple concepts, but it's hard to execute because there are cultural limitations, there are value limitations, there are behavioral limitations. All we really need to understand is we're human. We are always going to do human things. Money is nothing more than conduit or the oil that helps it happen. So whether you like it or not, you got to deal with it. But if you're going to deal with it, you need to deal with it in a way that works for you. And that's the message for the book. It's basically humans are not hardwired to work well with money. Well, get over it. You still got to work with it. But if you follow the traditional approach, which is very analytical, very linear, it'll probably make you miserable and it probably won't work. So I'm offering an alternative model. It's called the money behavior system that starts with what I'm going to talk about in 2 days. It's called values. Values are so critical to everything we do. They're the driver, they're the glue, they're the link pin that leads to our behavior, our decisions, and our outcomes. We are value-driven animals, and it's a function of our peer group, our upbringing, our experiences, but it also influences our buying decisions, our relationship with money. So in the masterclass, I'm going to walk you through the value discussion in an exercise to help you truly identify and answer the question, what is important about money to you? And I guarantee that no financial planner in the world talks about this, but you need to know it because it's driving you non-consciously in every money decision you ever take.
I'm so excited My beautiful Ted. And I have asked now a few of the ladies that I don't have email addresses so that I can send them the link a day before our workshop. And they are also excited for your session. So we're truly excited. So my beautiful viewers, our show is done and dusted. I know you have learned something today. You can only go through something when you grow through it, like one of our Diamond Beauties, Christiana, will say, you grow through it. But in the action, because all of us could have done nothing after the breakthrough, but all of us done action. And my biggest thing is, if you can serve with love, you can change the world. And that's what all of us is doing. So there's no time for the paparazzi pen. There's no time. There's no time for golden nuggets. This was a tremendous show. Thank you, my beautiful guests, for being here. Thank you, my beautiful viewers, for your time. And yes, here is to all of you, my beautiful viewers, for your time to be spending with us. Mwah! Bye-bye, everyone.